And look at how just it balls right out.
YouTube, I am back with another video, and today we're going to explore the CZ P-09 F Nocturne. Man, this gun was so freaking fun to shoot, and something that surprised me more so than ever was the fact that this gun shoots so freaking flat. I mean, it shoots so flat, and the target acquisition was really good with this pistol. Now, keep in mind, this gun is made in the Czech Republic, and it says it right there. They manufacture a great pistol when it came to this. Of course, the F in the name description of the pistol stands for it being a full-size pistol. However, they do have compact size variants out on the market. So if this is just too big for you, of course they have a more smaller concealable package that you can purchase online. I want to give a big shout out to CZ for sending this over to the channel, and I also want to give a big shout out to Gideon Optics for supplying some of their amazing optics out here to the channel. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump into this review. Who would have thought that CZ would be rocking with the channel? One of my favorite brands out there, and you're gonna see more firearms coming over to the channel. Let's jump into this 9mm CZ P-09 F Nocturne 9mm, okay? And the F basically stands for full size, and I've discussed that already. I explained that to you guys in the intro part of the video. So let's see what's inside the case. But first, man, I gotta give a round of applause to this case. Look at this case. This case is well made. I really like it. You can even see right here, you know, everything about it. It even has a locked area right here. Now, I'm wondering, is this TSA approved? It probably is, because you have this lock area right here, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's open these latches up right here. Very nice. Okay, and this is what we have inside the case. So right here, you have your firearm. We're gonna talk about this in a few minutes. Right here, you do have a tool that you can use to stick a cloth in here and then go into your bore area of your gun and clean it. So they give you that right there. You have your cleaning brush to enter inside the barrel. You have back straps. So basically they give you three. You have one that's already on the pistol, and then you have two right here. You have a extra magazine, so you get two magazines. And of course, this one right here is a 19 round magazine. Let's see what's inside the gun right here. And this one is a 19 round also. So you get two of those, pretty cool. Right here, you have your instruction manual for the gun. You can read that, a wealth of knowledge. Right here, you have your lock for your chamber, safety. This is pretty interesting. Now you get a manual safety lever right here. So the gun can be converted into a manual safety instead of having the decocker on it. And of course, we're gonna get into that a little bit more throughout the video. So drop it in the comments and let me know which one would you be using on your gun. And then right here, it looks like we have some snap caps, and you can use that right there so it won't mess up your firing pin, okay? That's it, so let's look at the pistol. Now, as soon as I seen this pistol, I promise I was loving this pistol, and I still love the design. I simply love it. And I even like the design of the smaller one, the compact one also. Let's check to make sure it's empty. Nothing in the mag, okay? And absolutely nothing in the chamber, guys. But again, the design is just outstanding. Just look at it. Beautiful gun, beautiful. And of course, we're gonna get into some of the smaller intricate details on this pistol. There's some hidden important things about this pistol that you need to know also, and I'm gonna go over that in a few minutes. Let's check out the material, of this firearm. This pistol has a fiberglass reinforced polymer frame. And you can hear that right there. And a steel slide with black nitride finish. So look at that, how well made that is. You know, CZ always makes really good, nice guns, and they're extremely accurate. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why they're accurate too. There's a reason for that also. Again, the caliber is 9mm. Now let's look at the specs. As far as the overall length of this pistol, okay, this is a larger pistol, so keep that in mind. This is 8.2 inches from here to here, so 8.2 inches. The width of this pistol is 1.5 inches. Now, I have a new measurement tool that we're gonna try out, and I'm gonna show you how wide this pistol is. So right here, I have my Hardell measurement, and I'm gonna go ahead and see how wide this pistol is right here. So you can really see. We like to test ourselves on this channel. So let's go ahead and open it up. And we're doing it right now in millimeters. So we're gonna open it all the way up and then shrink it down and see what the measurements are on this pistol. All right, so right now it's coming in at 27.39 millimeters. Now let's go ahead and put it in inches and see what it comes up as. I'll go ahead and set it back to 0. Let's go ahead and clear that 0 out. It's in inches right now. And then we're gonna open it up and see if it really is what they said it was. Okay. And I'm tightening that back up, and it looks like it is 1.07 inches. 1.07 inches. Now it's time to look at the weight of this full-size gun. The weight is 29.2 ounces. And of course, once again, we can't always trust what they tell us online. So let's go ahead, put it on the scale with and without the magazine and see what it weighs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and weigh it right now with the magazine in. I'm gonna set it to 0, and it is set to 0. So let's go ahead and put it on the scale. And right now it's coming in at 1 pound, 14.4 ounces. 1 pound, 14.4 ounces. Let's go ahead and take the magazine out and put it back on the scale. Gonna set it to 0. Let's put it back on the scale. It's kind of wobbly right there. I want it to. All right, so it's coming in at 1 pound, 11 ounces. 1 pound, 11 ounces without the magazine. So it's a little bit on the heavier side, but I've seen even heavier pistols than this. Moving right along, let's look at the barrel length here and see how long that is. So it looks like right here, the barrel length is 4.53 inches, and it is a cold hammer forged barrel. So those are some pretty good barrels. And as far as the rifling in the inside, I want you to go ahead and see that, if we can get that on film right there. And it looks like we did pretty much get that on film. Let's check out these sights that this pistol has right here. And here are your sights. So that's what you're looking at right there. These are luminescent sights right there. So I'm gonna come a little bit closer so you can see it. The rear sight right here is seal rated. And then of course you have your front sight right there, and that's also seal rated right there in the front from what you can see. And also when I look at the sights right here, it does look like these are metal. So the rear right here feels like it's metal. And then also you have your front sight, which also looks like it's metal. Let's take a peek at the optic plate right here. So the optic footprint is a Shield RMS/RMSC and Holosun K footprints. And I will be using this Gideon Judge 2 right here for this setup. So this is gonna be a really nice setup. This is a green dot. Now, of course, we gotta check out these serrations right here, guys. And I love the serrations, I really do. You can see them right here in the rear. And that's exactly what they look like. And then of course, in the front of the gun, you can see what they look like. Now, sometimes, depending on the angles, you can see how sharp those angles are. If they're too sharp, they can hurt while racking or pulling the slide back, okay? And then you can also see it on that side. Now, something extraordinary about the serrations here. They also put the serrations at the top of the slide. And it makes it really, really easy for you to use your hand right here and crab rack and then press check your pistol. So just like that, it makes it really, really easy. And then you can, you know, push your slide back forward right there. But pretty easy to press check. And it gives you that added grip. Now, something you need to know about this pistol if you've never had a CZ pistol before. As you can see, the slide is thinner. Now, when you're looking at a lot of other pistols, of course, they have a high bore axis, which gives you more room on the slide to rack it and pull it back. But these right here have a low bore axis, so it's just not a lot of room. So you're gonna have to get used to that. So when you're pulling that slide back, sometimes you can find yourself kind of, you know, pressing against the lower frame right here also. So just be, you know, cognizant of that when you're racking the slide on these guns. This is simply how a lot of CZ guns are manufactured, you know, so you just kind of have to get used to it. Now, for some of you all that may not know what I'm talking about when I say low bore axis that this gun has, it basically means that it should be more accurate and have less muzzle flips. So keep that in mind. Moving right along, let's look at the slide stop right here. And here it is, and you can see it's a lot wider. Okay, it's not really extended on this gun, and it's kind of hard to reach it with your thumb when you're trying to pull down on the lever. And as you can see that right here, I have full size hands, pretty big hands. And even then it's pretty hard, you know, to get it right here and grab it like that. So I can do it, but you know, if they would have extended that a little bit more or made this thinner, I think it would have been a lot easier for people with smaller hands to be able to make that engagement. Of course, we're going to look on the other side of the pistol right here to see if it's reversible, and it is not. So this gun does not have a reversible slide stop, and it's not ambidextrous. Let's look at the decocker right here. So this is the decocker. Some people don't like decockers on their guns. They like manual safeties, but the beauty of this gun is that they give you both. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how to engage this decocker right here. So all you have to do is pull back on the hammer right there and then push down on your decocker. And what it does right here, it allows a safety measure right here where the hammer doesn't strike. Okay, so that's pretty cool that they have that right here. And if you pull down on the trigger right there, you'll see it's a lot of play in that trigger right there for safety. However, if you push all the way down on the trigger, it will fire. Again, if you didn't like this function of this decocker, which is ambidextrous, you can see it on the other side. If you didn't like it, you can put the manual safety on this gun, and it is also ambidextrous. Let's look at the hammer right here. This is the hammer, and of course you can see that it is a serrated hammer, so it allows you to be able to get a really good grip on that hammer, pull back right there. And of course, you can engage a strike with that hammer. Skeletonized hammers, they always look really good. And also we're gonna take a look right here at the beaver tail. So it's a nice pronounced beaver tail right there. And you can see how curved that area is, which allows you to get a good grip on the pistol. Now, there is something very special about this pistol that you may not know, because I didn't know it first either, okay? Right here, to take this slide off and be able to get into your internals, you have to line up these little two areas. Now look very closely. Right here, and I'm gonna use my screwdriver to show you. Right here, you have a cutout area right there, okay? You have to line it up with this area right here that kind of protrudes on the gun. It's like a little notch right there. So you have to line these two areas up. Once you do that, on the other side of the pistol, you have to push down on this little notch until your slide stop comes out, okay? That allows you to take the slide off. So what you would do is just simply go ahead, pull back like that, and line it up. And you can see where that cutout area is and that little notch. and then you just simply push that slide stop off and the slide will come off. I'm not gonna do that due to YouTube guidelines and regulations, but I am gonna take the slide off real quick so you can see the internals. All right, so here are your internals. You can of course see that mine are lubricated. Put a little bit of, you know, tape right there to kind of cover my serial number. Right here, you have your spring and your guide rod. That's it. It's crazy lightweight. That's it. It kind of feels like it's kind of cheap almost and flimsy. This is, of course, your barrel right here. And that's what that looks like inside the pistol. Go ahead and place that. And then, of course, your lower frame. And that's what all of the internals look like in the lower frame here. Now, to put this back on, you have your slide stop right here. You just press down on it. And all you do is just push it really, really hard. It'll push it back into position right there for you. And then you just check it, you know, pull your slide back, make sure everything is working, and you should be good to go. Moving right along, your grill is right there. And of course, this is a mill standard 1913 rail that has a lot of room, you know, for full-size tactical lights. And the light I will be running is a PID. I just love the look of that PID to run with this Gideon optic right here. So I think it's gonna be a dope setup. I'm gonna let you guys check it out also. I like to always look at the trigger guard right here. I think it really defines a pistol. And it has a nice undercut right here in this area, you know, for your finger right there when you're shooting. It makes it very, very comfortable. And it has serrations in the front for people who grip with their index finger while shooting. So, you know, if they're shooting, I shoot like this, but some people may take this finger right here and try to control the recoil. So right there, that gives them that grip that they need to stay into position. Now let's check this grip out. I'm gonna come really, really close so you can see the texture of this stippling. And it's really nice. I love it. I love the design of it, and I love the way that it feels. It has a very comfortable stippling that ensures that your hand will not slip much, you know, if not at all. Not only do you have exceptional grip right here on that grip area, you also have it right here. And this allows you to rest your thumb in this area with some really good grip. And then on the other side, when you're, you know, in a safety position, with your index finger, you can also place it right there. It's like a little finger pad, and it's texturized. Same exact texture that you have on a grip. It's right here and right here. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at the magazine release button. And of course, you see that it is serrated, it's flat, and it is very, very comfortable. So when you're putting your magazines in and out of the gun, you know, you don't have any problems with that being too, you know, sharp in that area that I found on other pistols that causes a big problem. But this one, man, they nailed it with that magazine release button. And while we're talking about that, let's go ahead and see how these mags seed in and out of this grip area right here. So that's it, 19 rounds, metal mag. You even have that texture right here at the bottom of your magazine. So let's go ahead and put it in. That's it, and it flies out. No problem. Very, very tactile and audible. So that's something that I really, really like my pistols to do, especially when it's in the vertical position. You want it to fly out, you know, that way you can go ahead and load another one up with no problems at all. So yeah, you're not getting any type of friction while putting it inside of the pistol either. Now, the trigger mechanism is a SA/DA trigger mechanism. And SA stands for single action and DA stands for double action. And we're gonna check this trigger out in a few minutes. While we're on this trigger, the CZ Omega trigger system is a variation of the CZ75's double action / single action DA/SA mechanism, known for its simplified design, enhanced durability, and ability to switch between decocker and safety operation. There is something I want you to hear with this gun, and I'm gonna be honest, it isn't the smoothest racking gun I've experienced before. So I don't know if you can hear that. You know, it's not the smoothest racking gun, but as far as being just very brutal, awesome at the range, I mean, this thing works. Single action, double action, But again, yeah, just, you know, when you get this, don't expect it to be something that's crazy buttery, because it's not. All right, so now we're gonna check out the trigger and do a trigger pull. We're gonna do it in single action, and then we're gonna do it in double action. Let's start with single action by racking. Okay, that's your take up. A lot of take up right there. That's your take up. That's your wall, and it's a pretty solid wall. Break. Let's reset. That's your reset right there. Okay, let's do it again. Take up. That's your wall, very solid wall. I like that. Break. Reset. Your reset is right there. Very tactile and audible. I like that. And I really, really like how comfortable this trigger is. This is a very nice trigger, actually. Now let's go ahead and pull it in double action. So of course, for those that know, this is gonna be a heavier pull in double action. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it for you guys. Here it is right here. And this is double action. Very, very heavy, and we're gonna weigh it in a few minutes. That's your double action. Okay, there's absolutely no wall with that. It just rolls into the brake. Let's try it again. Very, very heavy, like I said, okay? That's it. So of course, we're gonna go ahead and weigh the trigger in single action and double action. So here we go. Let's go ahead and rack the gun, of course. So this will be engaged in single action right now, single action. So it's gonna be a lighter pull, keep that in mind. So of course I have my Wheeler scale right here. It's set to 0, and we're gonna weigh it. Now, let's see what the poundage is on this bad boy. Okay, that's the first pull. Pretty impressive. It came in at 3 pounds on that pull. Let's do it again. I set it to 0. Let's go ahead and pull it. Okay, right here, it came in a little bit up under 3 pounds. Nice. Let's do it one more time. Okay, and that one came in at 4 pounds. So I'm gonna say that the trigger is probably around a 4-pound trigger in single action, okay? Now let's try double action, and it's gonna be extremely heavy trigger. So it's already set right now for double action. Let's go ahead and attempt that pull. Okay, so it maxed it out. It maxed it out at 8 pounds. 8 pounds on that pull right there. Let's try again. Oh, that's single action. There it goes. Double action right there. Okay, let's pull. Okay, and of course it maxed out at 8 pounds right there. So I'm not gonna do another pull on that. Of course, we all know when it's in double action, and it's engaged in that right now, when it's in double action, it is a 8-pound trigger. So now it's time to go ahead, put all of the accessories on this pistol and see what it looks like. Here it is. And this, what I will be shooting right here. This is the CZ P-09 F Nocturne. And I have the optic right here, the Gideon Judge 2, sitting nice and pretty on here. So I'm very, very curious how this is gonna perform. And as I'm looking at this right now, it's pretty sweet, guys. It does co-witness, look at that. It co-witness right there. So I think that's gonna be a really nice shoot. And it just looks so damn good on this gun. So let's get out to the range. I'm real curious to see how this is gonna perform. All right, it is showtime. Got my boy Chad out here, y'all.
What's up, everybody?
And we've been testing this gun out just to see how it responds. We like to always do that first before we, get the footage. And this is a very, very interesting gun. I found out a lot of things about this CZ Nocturne. So it's a very, very interesting gun. Here it is right here, guys. All right, the gun is completely empty. So there's absolutely nothing in the chamber at all. We already checked that. The mags are right here. But we have some things to talk about real quick before we get into the shooting. Ergonomically speaking, This is great in the hands. Seriously, feels great. As far as the slide stop, my thumb, as you can see, is kind of hard to hit the slide stop. So that's like the only big issue that I have with the gun is that, but I can kind of, you know, cant it a little bit and then grab it. It's fine. But Chad found out some other things about the gun. Well, he knew about the gun already, which was very, very interesting. And I'm gonna let him talk about it.
Yeah, so beautiful design first off. Hammer fired, really, really good trigger here. Full grip.
Yes.
Full slide.
Low bore axis.
Low bore axis. If you notice, the slide doesn't look as thick as you'll see most slides.
Exactly.
So you can feel it whenever you shoot. There's not a lot of muzzle flip from this. The one thing he was talking about that I noticed though, so if you look at most pistols, they kind of have these serrations and it's a square look, right?
Right.
Or it might be slightly rounded depending on the model. Up here, they kind of added this slight bevel. And for me, it makes it a little bit harder to rack.
See, I don't have that issue, but I noticed,
yeah.
I noticed he did have that issue.
Now this is just a me problem, so it could also, you know, happen with some of you. Now, as you can see, I can do it, but I was having a few times where I'd slip off. And it's just because I grabbed up here instead of getting into like the thick groove part up here.
And let's be upfront about this too. You know, we do honest, opinionated views here. So to be real, it's very sharp in the front.
It's very aggressive.
For serrations, it's very aggressive in the front.
Right. And it's just if you catch yourself just a little too high, you have to kind of be cognizant of that. You have to grab it where it needs to be met, where you can find that thickness.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, I thought I shot really well.
Man, this thing shot. I was like really surprised on how well. Once we got it zeroed in, Chad looked at me and he said, Ivan, this thing is shooting very, very flat.
Right.
And I was like, damn, such a beautiful gun.
Now this trigger well is really, really long, which I like personally because a lot of people will shoot kind of like this, really low with their thumb on that little like textured part.
Yeah.
I tend to shoot thumb high. So I like to get like what they call like a C grip on the pistol, like you would your rifle.
Yeah.
And so for me, that gives my hand somewhere to go. So even if I didn't have this light, because usually I like to shoot more lights, it gives my hand somewhere to really grab onto so I can get high up with my thumb. So no matter how you're gonna shoot this pistol, I think you got plenty of real estate here to shoot however you feel.
And that's awesome. Like he said, the trigger guard right here being larger, that allows you to also do what? If you have gloves on. That means you can stick your finger in and get entryway real. Oh yeah, entryway in. Stop playing.
Now,
oh man.
Now, all right. And so with this being a hammer-fired pistol, it's going to offer you a few different features that you won't get with like a striker fired. So you get single stage, which is where the hammer's cocked. We already know it's empty, right? So if I pull the trigger, very little take up, boom. And it resets, boom. And then you're gonna go to what we call double action. So now the hammer's forward, fully on the firing pin, and now it's gonna be very difficult to pull through. Not very difficult, but it's gonna be more tight. You're gonna feel a long pull through, and it goes straight forward.
Yeah.
So it offers you a few different options here. So if you wanna do the double action or the single action, you can also do that depending on how you wanna carry, the environment you wanna carry in, stuff like that. So
yeah, and you can initiate double action in two different type of ways. Chad showed me. So basically, if you want to initiate double action, as long as that hammer is just like that, it's in double action. You can feel it, it's heavy. It'll stop you. You have that solid wall. However, if you want to also put it in double action, you can decock it with the decocker right here. And then boom, just like that, now you're in double action also.
Right, and so obviously the issue that people have, if you look at like old school pistols before the decocker came out, that mechanism, you would rack it and you'd have one in the chamber if I had a magazine in. But now the only way you'll be able to actually get this to be a double action on the very beginning would be to pull the trigger while you held it with your thumb and carefully release it to the front without it striking the firing pin to just send off a round. Now with this, what they've done is when you go to single stage and you decock it, it automatically sets that to where it will never hit the firing pin, or it should not.
So dope. Safety mechanism.
It's a safety mechanism to where even if you did release it without having your thumb on it, it should not strike your firing pin. And you'll have to check every one of your pistols manuals to make sure it's the same way. So, but this is the way it works for this one. The decocker will never hit the firing pin, so it's just a safe way for you to get that double action follow through.
And exactly. And also to go along with what he's saying, if you don't like the decocker, because some people don't, guys. If you don't like the decocker, it's okay, because guess what you can do? You can convert it into a manual safety.
Yeah.
So that part that you need is inside your case. You can convert it into a manual safety and it'll operate just like a manual safety if you don't like the decocker. But other than that, this bad boy nasty.
What do you think about that texture, Ivan?
I love it.
Yeah,
man, I love everything about the Nocturne.
Yeah, it feels
I'm
really
serious.
good.
The only, like I said, the only gripes I have is the slide stop. My thumb just can't.
Yeah, mine too.
You know, I have to kind of, yeah, his is doing the same thing. See?
So like, this is how I normally shoot. Like, my hand's already in the place.
Yeah.
My thumb can't reach it.
Yeah, that's.
So you'd have to like kind of rotate your hand.
Yeah, rotate the gun. Yeah. So that's a problem right there that I see. You know, you can work through it, but it is something that's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Outside of that, though.
What about the weight?
Man, I love the distributed weight. When I tell you I love the distributed weight, I love it. And I mean, this thing gets right on, man. With this Gideon green dot that I have on here. Guys, this is a combination. So we're about to go ahead real quick, give y'all some good footage.
I'm looking forward to it.
And get into it.
Let's do it.
There he is, y'all.
What's up, everybody?
Gang, here we go, y'all. All right, this is just some Blicks. This is the Gideon blaster. And I'm really not gonna talk about all the stuff we got on the table. It's for an up and coming video. Of course, you have the Nocturne right there, and that's what we're about to shoot. So we're about to get into it. I want you guys to see how it handles everything so far. You heard from us out here at the table. Great response on everything. Some of the other things right here. And Chad is super excited to shoot it again.
I am. It's really comfortable to shoot.
We're about to get into it. Chad, you can go ahead, man. Go ahead, grab it. Get that boy. We're gonna get into it. Yeah.
Let's see what
he liked this gun, y'all. He really like it.
One thing we didn't mention earlier, this grip, it's narrow enough where it doesn't feel bulky, but it's still wide enough where you can get a really comfortable grip on here on your hand.
Yeah.
Something we forgot to mention. Very comfortable grip.
It is.
All right.
We even let the RSO guy shoot it.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the grip also.
And he was smacking too.
He was hitting on that thing.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Oh, a little too fast.
There you go.
I'm going a little too fast there.
No jammies.
Started getting ahead of myself a little bit.
No jammies.
No jammies though.
That's the beautiful thing about this gun. Like, we haven't had one fucking hang up.
And look at how
falls right out.
Just so quick.
It's crazy.
I like it.
Man, I really like that gun.
And it shoots very flat.
It does.
I think because you got that top, that's a
low
little bit
bore
top
axis,
heavy.
Yeah.
And it's also low bore axis with the way they did the slide. You just feel like when you're shooting, it's just more like a direct back, more so than you have muzzle flip with the dot.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I mean, you can tell I was just trying to see how fast I can get back on target and squeeze the trigger, and I missed like 2. But that was because I was really trying to push it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's extremely accurate.
I like it. All right, here we go. I'll get my time up, y'all.
We're gonna swap out here.
Beautiful, man.
Oh, I thought you didn't know you had your mag already.
Yeah, I got it. All right, here we go. We empty. Now I'm gonna tell you guys something about the Gideon green dot. Great optic. I mean, this is a great optic, but sometimes it tends to get a little dirty because the glass sits in the frame. It sits a little bit. I mean, the glass sits in the housing a little bit further back. So here we go. We're just shooting steel rounds, 115 grain. That's it. Nothing special. Here we go. Love this gun. Love it. Man. Love it, man.
It just snaps back so fast to 0. It's insane.
Just like you said, that mag.
It doesn't just release it, it pushes it out.
It pushes it completely out. Comes right out. I love it. Is that Ben? Who is that?
That's Ken.
Oh, that's Ken. Hey, Ken, come down, man. Tell him how you felt about the gun, man. We were just talking about you.
Say hi, Ken.
We got one of the range guys here at OK Corral, guys, and he really liked this gun while shooting. Tell him your experience with it.
Great gun.
Yeah.
You know, perfect slide action. Very easy to handle. Muzzle rise isn't too big. You can ride that trigger, man, and it just keeps coming back to center every time. It's a beautiful gun. Great platform. Nice hand grip, you know.
What do you think some things that they need to probably upgrade on it that you felt?
Well, a lot of the new companies are coming out with more ergonomic designs. It's got a good profile, but if they added some of those finger cuts in there, it would make it nice and firm in there.
Yeah.
Great grip texture. You know, you always want to look at if you're shooting the gun a lot and your hands are sweaty, or maybe you get blood on them because you're some type of first responder or something. Your grip texture is really important because you don't want that gun moving around in your hand. So I'm running the skateboard grip tape on my Glock.
Nice.
This has something similar. It's a lot softer, so it's not going to chew your hands up. So grip is great there. Like I said, if those finger cuts were in there, it'd have that ergonomic design in it. But other than that, platform runs great. Love it.
Nice. Let's go ahead and give him some shots real quick, guys. I'm gonna load up some for him.
How many does it hold, Ivan, in that mag?
It holds 19.
19. So really +1, so you got 20.
Yep. A total of 20.
It's a lot of lead.
What'd you say?
It's a lot of lead.
It is a lot of lead. Here you go, sir. Have fun, sir.
Appreciate you, boss.
Have fun, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yep.
What'd you think?
Beautiful. Love this gun. It's got that nice grip up there, so you can get your finger rested. Nice spot for your thumb over there.
Yeah.
It's real important. Make sure you get that good grip going.
Beautiful.
Dude, amazing as always.
Yeah, I like the gun. CZ, you did a great job with this, just like you just said. And just like I said in the tabletop review, I think I mentioned this, is that they do have the large size, and then they also have the compact, smaller size. So this is great, guys, all right? We're about to go ahead real quick and get back to the table. All right, I am back, and clearly you can see we had a blast at the range with this pistol. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this pistol, the performance, the shooter's experience also. Let me know if you have the gun and what your experience was with that too. And I'm gonna give y'all some real talk here. Honestly, this is probably one of my best pistols that I have in the collection. So please like, comment, subscribe. Smash that notification bell so when I roll out the latest videos, you'll be able to receive them. And remember,
I'm not from this planet.